Your Honor, please.
Cross.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, I heard you state that you are the Vice President of Burgan. I am sorry. I heard you state that you are the Vice President of Realty Corporation. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
And when you enumerated the functions of your office, I did not hear you stated that one of your functions is to appear in court where Burgundy is a party litigant. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So, what made you appear in today's proceedings relative to this case? Because of the subpoena?
Yes, sir.
But you were not the one subpoenaed. It is Rogelio Tisserapica.
Yes, sir. But through counsel, we submitted this ex parte.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, please. Thank you. The subpoena was directed to Mr. Rogelio Tisserapica. I'm asking you now, how did you happen to appear here as witness for Burgundy or for the prosecution when it's not one of your functions? Will you kindly enlighten the Honorable Court?
Because I was first, the company issued this or submit an ex parte motion for me to appear before this court. Second, it was my task and
Witness, were you authorized by your corporation to appear here?
yes, Your Honor,
Who authorized you?
the president of the company,
Who is the president?
Rogelio T. Serapica.
Did he write this authorization?
We submitted an ex parte motion, Your
No,
Honor.
did he write an authorization to make you appear here? Or did he say it orally?
He mentioned it orally, verbally, and I believe he issued a document for me to attend before this hearing, Your Honor.
And you mentioned the ex parte motion. Were you mentioned in the ex parte motion, Mr. Serafica?
Yes, Your Honor, we submitted an ex
Were
parte motion.
you mentioned
Tignan mo yun.
in the ex parte motion of Mr. Serafica to appear here?
Yes, Your Honor.
In lieu of him.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Defense Counsel, your witness.
May I continue, Your Honor? May I proceed?
Continue.
Your Honor? And the authorization to you per your alleged that alleged letter of Mr. Serapica came when? Only yesterday? The authorization
Sorry,
came
sir.
only yesterday?
Sorry, sir, I can't hear clearly.
This alleged authorization that you were telling us, did this come only yesterday?
No, sir.
When?
The week that we received this subpoena.
Yeah,
from
but
this
when was
honorable-
that? When was that? January what?
January 17 or 18, sir.
And that was... I noticed that you were referring to an urgent ex parte motion, manifestation and motion. Is this the document you are referring to?
One of the document, I believe I have this board resolution, sir.
Witness ransacking his files of documents, you know.
What's the pleasure of the Defense Counsel?
He's still ransacking his document. He said he was empowered by a power of attorney or resolution, Your Honor. He's looking for it. You may have left it in your office.
Wala dito.
It's not there? It's not there.
It's not here,
All right.
sir.
But you are sure there is that, was it power of attorney or resolution?
Board resolution.
You mean the board convened for this
I mean,
purpose?
secretary certificate, sir.
Secretary certificate. So it's not a board resolution.
It's not, sir.
So were you privy to the convening of the board for purposes of authorizing you to appear today?
I was authorized, yes.
What
By means of secretary certificate.
was the wording of that secretary certificate?
To appear, to represent the company and to appear before this court, sir.
And you were instructed on what to testify?
Yes, sir. Just to tell what are to be said here.
Were you likewise instructed to determine whether the alleged transaction in here is not covered by the SLN of Justice Corona, Chief Justice Corona?
I do not know about that.
So that was
sir.
not the subject of your talk with the secretary?
I just came here to
No, I'm asking.
to identify
I'm sorry.
properly based on the documents executed between and by
but
Burgundy
you
Realty and spouses Corona.
Mr. Counsel, Mr. Witness, you are not answering my question. My question is this. In your discussion with your Secretary of the Corporation, did you discuss about the SLN of Chief Justice Corona?
No.
No. All right. So the offer here made by counsel in connection with you coming in to testify on the correctness of what is stated in the SLN does not appear to be covered by your coming here, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You have nothing to do, or you have no knowledge of that SLN.
Yes, sir.
In fact, you have not seen it up to now.
Yes, sir.
So you are not in a position to determine the falsity, the correctness, and the authenticity of what appears in that SLN.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. All right. Now, I noticed that you appear to be very proficient in testifying. I suppose this is not the first time you testify in court.
This is my first time, sir.
Oh, this is your first time. You have never testified in any other proceedings where Burgundy is a party litigant involved.
Never, sir.
Never. Now, did you not tell the secretary that, why will you ask me to testify here? I do not know anything about this. Did you tell him about, is he a man, is he female or male?
Sir,
Babae po ba o lalaki?
Ang alin po?
Yung secretary yung sinasabi niyo.
Babae po.
Opo. No. Did she tell you kung ano po magiging subject ng inyong testimony?
Tungkol lang po sa, ang pinag-usapan namin ay tungkol lamang dito sa dokumento na dapat ipresenta base doon sa nilalaman ng sabpina.
Oh, wala na pong iba.
Wala na po.
So, nung kayo pumunta rito, maliwanag na ang inyong gagawin, i-produce lamang yung dokumento na sinasabi ng sabpina.
Yes, sir, for proper identification.
Nothing more. Alright. So, presentation, bring the documents mentioned in here and nothing more.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, do you have any good reason to tell the court why you were chosen to appear in behalf of for representation of Burgundy in this case?
As Vice President of the company, it is under my jurisdiction and control. The documents stated in the subpoena.
But
So-
I heard you stated that this is not one of your functions, appearing in court as Vice President. Am I right?
Yes,
Your Honor, please. The witness is already declared, Your Honor. His responsibility
Counsel-
pertaining to the custody, Your Honor.
Anyway,
We object.
counsel, yes, already
So,
he was authorized to appear here. And I think as an employee, he has to obey the board that authorized him to appear in this court.
thank you, Your Honor. So from the time you were notified that you should appear in this case, that was the time you examined the records and so on.
yes, sir.
That's why I notice you are having a hard time locating them and identifying them, is it not?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is that the first time that you have seen these documents? Or you have been examining this every day when you are in office?
No, sir.
What is no, sir?
No, this is not the first time that I've seen these documents.
How many times have you seen it? I mean, documents that you identified now.
First was during the preparation of this deed of absolute sale way back 2000.
And the second was when?
about 2 weeks ago when we received this
And the
subpoena.
third was when you are already in court.
Yes, sir.
Correct. All right. Now, I noticed that there is a document here identified by you, where there are no signatures appearing. Contract to sell. Kindly go over the same and tell us what you know about it if you have examined these documents. Yung document. Yung walang signature na sinabi mo kanina. Ito yata, ayaw mo na.
Nakakatulog na. Sinasabi na
Yung walang signature. I'm sorry.
Is that the first time?
Yun ay matigan na naman binigay yun sa anak namin.
The document is Exhibit Quadruple K, Your Honor.
Which is also our exhibit. Is it our exhibit also? May we therefore request, Your Honor, that this document denominated or marked as exhibit quadruple
K.
K be marked as our exhibit 55, Your Honor.
Mark it accordingly.
And the portion carrying the names of, ano yung pangalan, no? Please. With no signature whatsoever, be encircled and marked as exhibit 55-A, Your Honor.
Mark it accordingly.
What? Mark it. And then yung walang pangalan.
Anong sagot niya? Pinakita na? Pinakita. Pinakita. Minamarka mo na. Thank you. Mark already? Marka. Oh, sige. Hindi pa. The document is being presented to the witness for his comment, Your Honor. Yang walang pirma po, pakitignan ninyo.
Yes, sir.
Opo. When you were examining the various documents you identified in today's proceedings, did you notice that there are no signatures appearing in that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Did you conduct any inquiry as to why there are no signatures, or it is not necessary?
I conduct why it is not, it has no signature,
Oh,
and
what do you mean you conduct? You mean you investigated?
I asked our staff.
Oh. Who in particular did you ask?
One of our managers,
Who is he?
a certain Simbi Galero.
And this investigation is not in writing. It's verbal or oral.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And what did you learn from him?
At the time of sales transaction, sir, pinadala na po namin itong kopya o yung original ng sales contract.
So without that information, you'll not be able to tell the court what you know about it. It is, your statement now is merely on the basis of that manager that you mentioned, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It is not based on your personal knowledge, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Who is that manager again? Will you kindly name him for the record? Himba or her?
Here,
Her, for the record.
Miss Simbi Galero.
Has he executed any sworn statement relative to the version or story she gave you?
None, sir.
Why, you did not consider that important? Here is a document for the protection of Burgundy. There is no signature. You did not consider that important?
Sir, at that time, na it is under we have this sales transaction already, it is much important to us that anyway, we have this sales reservation agreement signed by Mr. Corona, Attorney